Hello, Serge here from the Backyard Driving Range. All right, we have a letter that came in. This one comes from Ray Frosty of Pawcatuck, Connecticut. Ray says, please let me start by saying you are the man. My friend and I have been studying your swing for the past few months with fantastic results. We hit it longer, straighter, and pain-free. Our 5-year-old backs were tight and sore with the rotational swing. Thank you. One problem I had and finally identified, and that might be of value to others, is what I call the flying front elbow. That's a new term on me, and I guess this is going to be an in your own words, which is what I love to do, because you, the Surgites, are telling me what you figured out on something, and it might help somebody else. So here we go. The flying front elbow. When taking the club back, I would allow my front elbow to lift up and get off plane, and therefore not be able to line up on plane with the shoulders and wrists, etc. on the toe line. I think what he's saying is when he took the club back, instead of keeping it just turning his shoulders and coming here, he was starting to do this. He was letting his elbow buckle out, which, as you can see, flips the club really flat. Okay? This obviously caused a myriad of problems. I corrected it by taking the club back in two pieces, one to the toe line with the turn and two up the tree. Okay, that scares me a little bit, that concept of two pieces. I'm going to talk about that. I know the catcher's mitt is more in front, just inside the aiming line to allow for momentum, but with the complete stop, I felt I could go all the way to the toe line. By the way, another of your tips about allowing the rear elbow to work backwardly also was huge for me. That really set up my arms in position to lift straight up the tree. Absolutely, there's no doubt about it. This two-piece technique allowed me to get the shoulder, elbow, wrist, and club on the same vertical plane and really feel the vertical lift up the tree. I was instantly able to draw the ball. Previously, I was having slicing issues. You strongly implied this with your everything on the toe line instruction, and that is where I ultimately got the information I needed to correct. Maybe a video that specifically addresses this would be good. Well, you asked for it, Ray, and you're getting it. Okay, let me talk. I like everything about what you're saying. To go over what Ray was saying, as he took it back, he allowed his elbow to buckle out, and that set the club really flat over here. Okay, got him really deep, and very likely allowed a lot way too much shoulder turn. So what he wanted to do was, he wanted to take the club straight back onto the aiming line, into the catcher's mitt and up the tree. All right, so let's assume this is the aiming line. I'm going to try to set it up kind of towards the camera lens so we're got a good view on it. So take it straight back. The catcher's mitt would be right here. Just the center of the mitt would be about an inch inside the aiming line. Okay, so you take the club back up in the mitt. So he's talking about the arm rotating. Remember, he said the right elbow moving backwards. If you just put it here, that's where it goes to. So it comes here, and then once it's over the tree, over the toe line, it's straight up the tree. So he said that's what helped him. But he said he was doing it like 1-2. I don't mind the 1-2 count. But what I think is really, really dangerous is that absolute pause or hesitation, or even to stopping that Ray implies. It might be working now, but when you stop and then you go, you're breaking the momentum of the stretchability of the clubs, the pure stretching and lifting everything in nice harmony as everything's moving and stretching together. You stop, and then that means even if it's a blink of an eye stop, the point is a hesitation, and that's going to cause that everything has to be, the motion has to be reinstated again, restarted, and that's not good. Like I've always felt that when everybody was told to pause at the top, pause, hesitate a little bit. Well, now that again, everything stops. You got to get going, and the tendency is that I think all the time when you pause, the hands, the arms, and the shoulders, the upper body, when you pause, are going to get overactive because and get disconnected from the movement of the lower body. So once it all starts, I want it to always keep going. Go all the way here. When you bump, everything's always in continuous flow, and so I like everything Ray said, except I'm going to just say I like what he said, but please don't physically come to any kind of stop, hesitation, whatever. Just keep that flow going. If you want to count, even if you want to count 1, 2, that's fine. 1, 2, and 3, you bump it and going. But it's always the count has to keep going. You don't get into squaring things off in the swing, or hesitations, or even terribly absolute almost instantaneous stops. Okay, so great idea. Keep it going, get it up the tree. That's the tip for today. Keep it moving. Golf swing is continuity of flow. Everything's always going from the minute you start till when you